Hello, goldengreaser here. Today I'm going to show you how to cast on for knitting. You will need a pair of size 8 knitting needles, although any should suffice. Size 8 is great to learn on. A pair of scissors and some yarn. I'm using size 4 or wool-waisted yarn. And so to start off, you need to make a slip knot. Okay, you take the yarn, you're going to take your finger, make a little gun with your finger. Boop, boop, boop. Spirit gun. Poof. Okay. You're going to wrap the yarn around your finger and make a loop. And then you're going to wrap again. So you have 2 little loops. You're going to pull the bottom loop over the top loop at the end of your finger and just pull the string. And now you have a slip knot. You take one of your needles and you're going to put your slip knot on your needle. And you're going to pull. And then you're going to make, again, your spirit gun for all you Yu Hakusho fans. And you are going to wrap the yarn around that finger. Make sure you make a hole. See how I'm going behind my finger? You don't want to go in front or you'll lose the loop. You want to go behind, just right on the side of your finger. And you see it's making a loop. So again, right beside your finger. Almost like they're racing each other. And for this, we will cast on 6 more stitches. So we've done 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have 10 stitches on my needle besides this one. Some people are able to do a cast on and use this slip knot, but I never use a slip knot. It's actually a lot easier not to, and it creates a bit of a longer tail. So now what do? You've got these on. You're gonna do the knit stitch to cast on to begin with. It's a really easy stitch. I have it in another video, but I'll go ahead and show you again. So you're going to take your needle in your right hand, for all you right-handed people. I hold it like I would a bow if I was playing the violin. And what you're going to do, like you went through with your finger, you're going to go through behind your left hand needle. Okay, under the stitch. And then you take your yarn, and you wrap it around, and you bring that yarn through again. So going like this. And this is backwards, so it'll look like this. And you're going to keep doing that until you reach the end of the row. You can get really fast with this. I'm going kind of slow. I will be honest with you, the first row is always the hardest, so don't give up if you're having trouble with it, because once you get the first row, you're set. Again, I've been knitting for about 1.5 years now, and I still have trouble with my first row sometimes. That's why I always start off with the casting on with a knit stitch. You can cast on with a purl stitch too, but I wouldn't try anything more complicated than that to begin with. Just because, like I said, the first row is always the most difficult, and even the most seasoned knitters can have trouble with it because this stuff can come loose. So you're at the end of the row now and you have your slip-on knot. Well, right now we're going to do some troubleshooting. Okay? So say you've dropped a stitch. Let's pretend we've dropped a stitch. What do I do? Never fear. You see this line? This is going to be your tail. As long as your first slip knot is on there, you can make more stitches. This is called increasing. So what I do is I come up this way and I make a loop. And I, just as I was casting on before, I cast on more stitches. It's pretty easy. It's a great way to pick up mistakes. Just make sure you don't put it on too loose or too tight. There we go. So what do you do now? So you just slide your slip knot off, and boom, you have a tail. Now, if you make this thing to sew, I would leave the tail on, but the tail can get kind of boring, or actually kind of hard to knit with, so I like to shorten my tail. I give it a snip, and we'll give it another snip. And you just begin knitting as usual. Congratulations, you have cast on your first row in knitting.